I'm Buck Lyle, and I'm a hometown veteran.
He is one of the most caring people I know. He's just the nicest person in the world. And anybody asks him to do something, and he's there and he's doing it, and he never grumbles, never questions.
Through the military and through my service, I have gained a great education. I was able to go to law school. I think part of the reason that I was nominated as a judge was because of my military service.
Whenever we would need a family member that was in the military, Buck was the one that we would call, and it didn't matter what time of day or night it was. If we called him and said we needed a family, he was right on getting that to happen. He's never, what I would call, bragged about it or talked about it a lot. But I know that he was out there serving our country, which we have to have that. We have to have those people that are willing to serve.
I wanted to be a pilot, but my eyes went bad my senior year. And they were too bad to be a pilot, so I became a navigator. And I went to navigator training and ended up flying on B-52s in the military as a navigator and also as a radar navigator bombardier. We got shot at, of course, by missiles in those days, but we had pretty good defense systems on board and lost very few airplanes to missiles over Vietnam. I remember one time we went on a low-level run over another country that we probably weren't supposed to be in, and because of a troop concentration, and we were going to drop anti-personnel bomblets. And they worked so well that as we dropped them out of the airplane, they became armed and started going off right underneath the airplane. And several of the airplanes, and ours was one of them, had some damage because of our own bomblets going off underneath the airplane. The one time I was in Vietnam and I was flying around the country in another airplane, and when I got on board, everybody had flak jackets, and I noticed they were all sitting on their flak jackets. And that was because we were flying low level and they took a lot of fire through the bottom of the airplane, and so I decided I wanted to sit on my flak jacket also.
Hi, my name is Terry Messing, and I'm a hometown veteran.
I don't think I ever had that complete feeling that I was not going to survive this mission, and which was probably different than the Terry Messing days when they were flying over Germany and they lost airplanes every day, hundreds sometimes.
Ready to go to join the Air Force, and there was a headline in the paper that said 60 planes shot down over Europe and 600 men lost. These guys said, "Are you crazy? What are you doing that for?" And I said, I might be, but I'll be warm and dry till it happens."
21-year-old kid, volunteered for the service against the wishes of some people around him, and got trained, flew as a navigator on one of the greatest airplanes ever, the B-17, and flew it with thousands of other people, got shot down, and was in a prisoner of war with thousands of other people in Germany.
We were captured by the Germans, and they were taking us down to, that's when they were marching me around. I had the 3 Tommy guns on me. And then they were taking us in cattle cars down to interrogation, and we went through Munster, and we had to get out and walk through because we had bombed the town of Munster, which was a big shipping point for the Nazis for their front lines, and they hadn't had the rail yard fixed up, so we had to walk through, and the citizens would throw rocks and stones at us, and the guards had to try and protect us.
All those people were serving to protect the freedom of those of us who want to live free in the United States, and they did that without expecting any gratitude or anything else. That generation that served in World War II and did what Terry Messing did is without a doubt the greatest generation that's ever lived in the United States of America or ever will live in the United States of America, from what I can see.
And I'll always know where my 21st birthday was because I went through Berlin on a troop train. And they always had us in cattle cars and up north, and that's where I spent the rest of the war. and was there till we could hear the Russian guns coming, and then when they got there, the guards got out of the towers and left us, and the Russians were disappointed that we hadn't done more than we had, but we had been told to stay put until they could come and get us.
But as a 20-year-old kid, when he first got captured, you can imagine the fear and knowing that lots of prisoners of war were already killed and not coming back, and what the Germans had done to other people at that time. It had to be very frightening.
When they let us out of up there, we went out and got, this is in prison, when they let us out, somebody went into town and they got some milk and some made some hamburgers and gave them to us, and we all got sick. We hadn't eaten anything. When I was shot down, I weighed 175, and when I came out, I weighed 135.